Alright. I think we're ready. Probably should have hold on. Alright. Probably should have used the bathroom before I started this, but that's alright. Not a huge issue. I do this every time. Now the game audio might be a bit too loud. Because the good news is I found a fix for my little game audio issue. The audio balancing. But it's a little funky right now. Oops. I'm gonna have this song drilled into my head. like, I've heard it a lot now. And I'm just gonna keep hearing it more and more the more I keep streaming this. And it's a little funny to me, I'll be honest. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, PogChamp. Let's go. It says I have a viewer, but I know I don't. I know I don't have any viewers. Why would people be viewing me? Nah. I really need to, that was... Nice, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That's pretty powerful. Yeah. Is that my computer lagging or something? I'm not 100% sure. That was... Wow. Okay, let's try and work on this hellhole that I've made. I like that better. Okay, that's fine, whatever. That stage took a little too long. That's alright. That's alright. I just gotta get back on the Tetris train pretty soon here. Okay. Cool. we're back on track. That was still an A? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah, this isn't too bad. This isn't going to be hard to recover from. Okay. I know what piece I'm waiting to get. Okay. Let's not make that happen forever, please. How far in? Only 14. Okay. Bleh. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, fuck me, I guess. Okay. I see you're here, Sean.
Right.
Speak. Speak, Sean, speak.
Speaking?
I figured out a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Now say something, Sean.
Speaking?
That should be a little better.
Am I ear raping you?
No, I figured out a solution. So, that's good. But, no, I just discovered I had to, real quick, work on, you were the only one who I fixed the audio for. So if anyone else came in, they would screw it up. They would kind of destroy my ears. But you were fine. You should be a little louder in this stream. So, yeah.
So you thought that there was a problem last time.
Wait, what?
So you saw that there was a problem last time.
No, you just pointed it out to me and I was like, oh, okay. So, no, but I figured it out. You should come in louder now. So, that should be good. What am I doing? I'm probably going to talk less and less as I do these streams, and that's alright, honestly. I don't mind too much. But it's not really for the sake of, like, streaming, it's more so for the sake of I'm playing this game and I might as well just show myself playing it, so.
Yeah, I don't know how many stories I can tell that are sex-related.
mean, this is so far only my first attempt still. It's going alright, but I'm just pushing through. Another weird thing is that the audio keeps glitching sometimes. Wow. Okay. 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 Round 2, fight. My score probably wasn't that great that time overall. I wasn't getting that vibe from it. I didn't feel like I was moving through the stages that fast. I had a dentist appointment today, and that went well. I've had some inflammation, and a lot of it's gone down, which is nice. So that's lit.
Do you know how many people are like afraid to go to dentists now?
Yeah. Kind of whack. Wow. That's terrible. Okay.
I used to low-key check out the hygienists.
Yeah.
They were younger.
Ah, that's fair. I mean, the one who I had today, her and I were talking about school and such, because she said she's making the decision between moving out of her parents' house and going for her bachelor's, and that's like, wow, that's tough. So. I found it funny too. I ended up bringing up how we somehow got on the topic of music, and I don't even think I'm the one that brought it up, honestly, but it happened, and I was like, oh yeah, I do have virtual tickets to a concert coming up, and they were like, oh, who is it? And I said, Michael McDonald. You know, it's like most 21-year-olds don't listen to that, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it because he's doing another one of his from home concerts. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. It's on his birthday, which is, I guess, the 12th of February. I didn't know that, but you know, I don't need to know that, you know. I may be a little stalkerish about my information about artists, but I don't know their birthdays. So
yeah. You gonna call yourself a stalker? Don't acting like I didn't buy tickets to go across the country when there was a Chicago performance just because going across the country instead meant that I would get to see one extra member.
Oh, wow. See, sorry. I suppose I shouldn't call it stalker. I should call it stan. Stalker fan, yeah. I really am a Michael McDonald stan when you think about it. I'm a Doobie Brothers stan. Sean, is that a pretty terrible thing that you just heard from me, from my mouth? Me admitting
You're a Mike.
that I'm.
Do you honestly think I care about stans? You think I'm one of the people that rants 10 hours a day on Twitter about how K-pop fans are just gonna destroy the world?
I mean, I don't know. I have a very interesting opinion of them, just because there's someone who I don't really talk with much anymore, and I would call them, they're like a BTS stan or whatever, and I'm sure you saw it when they canceled me on Twitter, and I was like, oh, okay, because I made a slightly controversial joke. And I think it was totally fair just to say something like, hey, this can be an offensive joke, and I think you just kind of missed that. And that's not the part that's upsetting to me. It's the part that the whole thing was really passive aggressive. The way that I was told this was a bad move, It's like I don't know. That's just kind of my problem with those types of people, is they don't. It's a lot of communication problems, and I don't know. It's not like they're gonna ruin the world or anything. I just see a lot of them as people that don't contribute a lot to society right now. Not to be rude, but I don't know. I'm going on record right now because we're streaming and I'm saying this, but I don't know. It's just disappointing in some sense, to see that from people. Just because it's like, spending so much time on social media, and it's not good for you. So I don't know.
I don't really see what that has to do with canceling people.
It's basically that the person is a total like BTS stan and whatnot. And, I don't know. It's just a lot of internet culture right now in general. It's just iffy. So I don't know. It'll be like, I don't know, stuff like cancel culture too isn't great. So I don't know. And like, that's part of it too, is those types, stan culture in general involves a lot of cancel culture, It's very annoying that there's people out there that will spend their time trying to dig up something from trying to dig up something from someone's past just to be like, look, this person's bad and all that. When it's like, especially when it's a case where they've made their peace with and said, hey, this was a bad move, man. I shouldn't have said that, and I hope you guys realize that I'm sorry for saying that, and I don't stand by those words and all that, and then someone proceeds to dig it up out of the grave. And then cancel culture isn't even effective either, because they're not really canceled, they just come back usually, so I don't know. I need to use another zone. Another chicken calzone. Take a shot every time in one of these streams when I refer to the zone as chicken calzone. Frick. I need this.
I have liver failure.
I'm trying to comprehend this statement. Like, was that just a random joke, or?
You told me to take a shot every time.
Oh.
You say.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a quite the fair response.
when it comes to K-pop, I don't think people really talk about what goes on behind the people who perform it. Are you aware of how many hours a day they
Well, sorry, go ahead.
they kind of are forced to slave away preparing for performances?
Yeah. That's, yeah, that's another part of it, too. I don't know. That's not... I don't have a problem with K-pop itself. That's the thing. I think some of that music's actually pretty good, you know? I feel like I'm not sitting here attacking the music, and I want to make that clear.
Well, that is what people do, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not... I don't know. It's not the music that's the problem. It's the culture around the music. I don't understand. It's just a lot of how that Twitter stuff. Like, I don't know. It's very weird to me to know that, like, I have such a weird Twitter account in terms of, like, really not that much happens on it, you know? It's just a very quiet account that exists. Every now and again I post something funny or something stupid, but there's really so much other crap that happens on Twitter, and I just don't participate in that ever. And I'm like so close to it at all times, you know? There's people that I know who pretty much participate in this stuff, but I don't, and it's very weird to me to think about that. Oh, wow.
I feel like no matter what you do on your profile, there's gonna be people who support you. And if anything, there are often cases where you might be held accountable for something you say, but sometimes that'll only happen for a couple of weeks or months at worst.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's times like that where cancel culture seems more like a buzzword to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. Personally, I'm tired of seeing stand-up specials where they spend 40 minutes of the special talking about how they shouldn't be saying these jokes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's just that's really a new thing as of late. Like every other sentence that comes out of their mouth is Oh wait, did you know there are people who get offended by that? LOL.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably say something about that once, if it really is a thing that you have to cover yourself in what you're saying. I'd probably say that at the beginning, and if people forget that I don't mean the stuff I say seriously, that's their problem. I mean, there's a reason that I said these are, in my opinion, the top 10 worst preschool shows, but to over a dozen people flaming me for saying something bad about Max and Ruby.
Yeah. It's... I don't know. And like another thing too is like, for example, we have that Scooby-Doo video, and oh god, I don't even know what we're gonna do with that. You know? Like
Right.
Yeah, I just randomly
Well,
think about that, and it's like, what are we gonna do with that?
well, I mean, people like Game Grumps are pretty successful, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be a very... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's gonna be a one-off kind of part thing. The disclaimer I put at the beginning is gonna be pretty obvious, if not in the title. Now that it's been a new thing where I had to put PG-13 in the preschool show title, even if I possibly didn't actually have to do that. Part of me thinks it was the bot that reinstated it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, but seriously, I don't know how we're supposed to explain to people that it's common sense that we have respect for Asians among the other things that we made light of.
Yeah.
Seriously, with a name that you can also pronounce as a curse word, isn't that kind of the developers themselves that made the situation awkward?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, is... I feel like part of that situation, too, is that we were kind of... I mean, I suppose I should explain it so that it's in this video. We should probably, like, give some context. Basically, so we're playing this Scooby-Doo game that's on Nintendo 64, Classic Creep Capers. And it's based on the original 1969 series.
Which gives further context for the stuff that may be perceived as awkward.
Yeah, it's very interesting that they didn't, like, really try any censorship with any of this. We're only a few stages in, and the second stage has this character named, like, Fu Chin Lee, and he looks like a stereotypical Asian.
Yeah. He lives in a temple in the middle of a cave.
It's really bad. And so...
There's like a... Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's like... There were like some decorations, like some kind of god that he prays to, and needless to say, we pronounced his name, and I quote, fucking Lee.
Yeah, and so...
Yeah.
You, Sean, you gave that very intense accent on him, and I was just not expecting that, and I'm kind of impressed that you can do that, but at the same time... Huh?
Are we gonna pretend that Andrew didn't have input on that as well?
I don't even remember, honestly. I don't remember a lot of it, so if he did, then I'm sure he did. It was pretty much, you know, all of us kind of mocking it a little bit. And so the problem is it's going to be a little offensive when it comes time to, like, release that, you know? It's going to be a little weird, but I think part of that is that we're partially mocking the game itself.
Yes, the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a really good point you made there with that, Sean. That we're not sitting there trying to mock people of that heritage.
Yeah. If we were, every other sentence we said would probably be, I'm not racist, but...
Yeah, that's true, too, yeah. You know? it's...
I mean, let's not pretend that the next level isn't looking very awkward so far, given that the main villain has blackface.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I just was not expecting that, you know? So, I feel like, oh god, frick. Hold on, I need to concentrate because I did not mean to do that. Okay. Okay, that's decent. Yeah. You know, it's nothing with that video. We're not seriously trying to mean any harm to people, and I think it's very much we apologize if it comes off that way, because it definitely will to some people. It's just going to be a lot to explain. That's going to be a very bizarre video.
Well, I think I handled the Koga joke well in my edited Puzzle League thing.
I never know where you pull these accents from, Sean. You just...
Well, the thing is, I was legitimately trying to sound like Koga. I wasn't trying to match any sort of stereotype.
Yeah, I get that. And
I could have been... This is gonna sound bad, but I could have been like, oh, my name is Koga, and I eat rice every day, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's kind of like, given that I am of Latin background, this kind of assists me in some ways, but I always tend to pronounce whatever names or things they say in a Spanish accent because it's the way that it came into creation.
Yeah.
You could say Diablo, or you could say Diablo.
Mm-hmm. I do think, yeah, if you really wanted to, like, even, like, just putting, like, a piece of this commentary we're doing right now over the video would even, like, work, I think, you know?
I'm literally putting, like, a disclaimer in front of a black screen at the beginning is what I have in mind. Maybe not at the beginning, but before the scene at least. And if anything, I'll probably just cut some of it out, because it...
Mm-hmm.
They'll get the idea after, like, one joke anyway.
Yeah. But, yeah. It's just going to be a very interesting game to play. Just more and more. I feel like, are we going to keep experiencing this stuff in this Scooby-Doo game of all things? You know?
Well, frankly, I don't think so, because as far as I've seen, the Tiki character doesn't really have any dialogue to begin with, and I don't really know what other stereotypes they would have gone for back in the 60s anyway.
Yeah. It's just also so weird that this game came out in, like, 2001. And they just did this and didn't see anything wrong with it. Just a very bizarre game.
Especially at times like this, I guess. I mean, I don't go to school publicly at the moment, but when I did, I was a part of the GSA because Frankly, I'm one of those people who believes that some groups out there never have enough justice.
Mm-hmm. What? You talked about the GSA once before recently, and honestly, I don't know what it stands for. I'll be honest.
It's a gay straight association, but Queer and Ally is our group, which is, as an acronym, is Q&A.
I didn't even make it to this stage on the first run, did I? That's disappointing. I love this stage.
They're super casual about it, too. Usually at the end of meetings, they'll ask if we have any questions or queries.
Yeah. I'm like really not thinking too much about this right now, which I F. Yeah, that was